May Allah heal you from whatever pain you are suffering from. May Allah heal you from whatever pain you are suffering from.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala khatamin nabiyyin amma ba'd fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim as-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulallah
as-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulallah
wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah
wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah
as-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Nabiyallah
as-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Nabiyallah
wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nurallah
wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nurallah.
Welcome back, viewers of Madani Channel. I'll just like to mention one of the blessings of reciting Durood and Salam upon the best of creation, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. My master, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, has said, whoever recites salat upon me 1,000 times a day, he will not die until he sees his place in Jannah. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Just mention some of the messages that have already been received. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you please give me a spiritual cure to protect from rats and rodents in the home? This can be a common problem, Adil bhai. What we can do to avoid this is try and work on our cleanliness. As long as we don't leave anything, rubbish, etc. around, then that can put things to bay. So the key point here is, cleanliness. But inshallah, Adil bhai will have Ruhani Ilaj for you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If there's a big swarm of flies that appear in the house all of a sudden, what does that mean? I think we'll give you a cure. I don't think it specifically means anything just because there's a swarm of flies, but inshallah we'll give you some a remedy in regards to this, some spiritual cure in regards to it that would put this to bay. I don't think it's an indication, or I'm not aware of that it's an indication in regards to something. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Nazrana Ansari. Mother's name is Anisa Fatima. The problem is that I suffer from fever a lot of the time, and I don't feel like eating anything. Can you please check what seems to be the problem? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Bushra Hussain, and my mother's name is Taj B. I'd like to have an istikhara done. I seem to suffer from head pains, shoulder and neck pains, and it makes me feel quite anxious. If you can please do istikhara for me. If you can give the replies for the spiritual cures, inshallah, and I'll do the istikhara.
Regarding the first one, if, as Islam brother obviously mentioned, the rats and they have a house issues, cleanness is the first thing in the house. If we do that, inshallah, with that, we're not going to see any mice or rats or any other problems. Gather a plain ball, empty ball. If it's a clay one, it's better. Just write down Ya Wali in the clay ball, and then put a little bit water inside, mix it, and sprinkle the water in the all corners of the house. Inshallah, with that the house will be protected as well, and the rats or these type of problems, inshallah, not gonna come near your house. Inshallah, Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
Request for istikhara, the istikhara for Nazrana Ansari. The indication in the istikhara has come as an indication of illness. There's no evil eye or any kind of effects on her apart from the illness. And I'm going to forward mention a spiritual cure. And you mentioned that you suffer from fever and other illnesses as well. A spiritual cure which I'm going to mention is in regards to fever. and it mentions Imam Jafir Sadiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, they mention that he who recites Surah Al-Fatiha 40 times with Durood Sharif before and after, and then he blows upon water, and then that water is sprinkled upon the person who suffers with fever. I remember I did mention sprinkle, not pour, because we don't want any of this water to come onto the floor, because remember this water has been now been spiritualized, so we need to respect this water so it doesn't come onto the floor. So you'll only sprinkle some water onto the patient, the person who's suffering from fever, and inshallah that fever will go away, inshallah. The second request, which was for istikhara, was from a sister named Bushra Hussain, who mentioned that she suffers from regular headache, regular head pain, and the istikhara indication which came was there's no evil eye, nobody's done anything, not to worry. It is a sign of illness, and I will mention a spiritual cure in regards to head pain, or somebody who suffers from head pain. If you recite Surah Nas, i.e. the last surah of the 30th chapter, or the last surah of the Holy Quran, you can also say. So you need to recite Surah Nas 7 times with Durood Sharif once before and once after, and then perform them upon the head. And the head pain, the headache should go away. If for any reason it doesn't, then you'll repeat the same process, reciting Surah Nas 7 times with Durood Sharif before and after, and perform them again. And if it does not reside still, you'll continue this until you do it the 3rd time. And by the time you've done it the 3rd time, inshallah, this head pain will be removed, inshallah. My question is that I'm the head of the household, and the sole responsibility is upon me. And I have just recently got a new job, and it's been a while. I've been unemployed for quite some time. Can you please make dua for blessings, and also give me a wazifa that this job that I've received is not permanent at the moment, that this job becomes permanent. Maybe he's got a temporary job, Adil Bhai, so he wants it become permanent. So inshallah we will make dua at the end, inshallah. So if you can take note of this as well, Adil Bhai. I just wanted to find out, we are getting on a bit, i.e. age-wise, getting old, and strange and weird thoughts keep popping into the mind, as well as attacks from the Satan and the nafs, the ego. Can you please advise of a wazifa or amal for protection, and also make dua that Allah Ta'ala grant us safety from the evil attacks of Satan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My question is that one of my relatives has recently had stroke. He is going through a difficult test and is currently bedbound. Please make dua for him, and if there is any spiritual cure in relation to stroke, then please mention it. And if we do wish to have treatment done, for example, Ruhani Ilaj, would it be possible to gain treatment from a Ruhani Ilaj stall? And also, would we need to take the patient with us? Can you please advise us in regards to this? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I've just recently achieved the opportunity to do a course. And once I've completed this course, I will qualify as a solicitor. Please, can you do istikhara for me? I'll just have to stop there because of time for our segment, which is today's spiritual cure.
Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Viewers of Madani Channel, you are present watching this segment, today's spiritual cure, and today's spiritual cure is spiritual cure for unconsciousness. If somebody gets unconsciousness, listen very carefully. It's very beautiful wazifa, inshallah.
لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم.
Recite above part of Ayatul Kursi, perform them on water and sprinkle it on the face. Sprinkle just a little bit, sprinkle, not pour the water, on the completely on the face. Of the unconscious person, if the affected person is not fasting, then pour a few drops in the throat as well. So inshallah with that, the unconscious person will get up. If not, then shake a little bit and try to pick him up, try to make him sit down. With this, inshallah, he will come back. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
I know, Adil Bhai, you mentioned regarding sprinkling water. So obviously we need to be careful in regards to that because once we've recited this verse, then that water becomes spiritualized. So we only sprinkle and not splash or pour. I know you mentioned that also put some water in the throat. Now when the person is unconscious at that time, is it not a risk of somebody choking at that time?
Could be.
Some people will be confused, even on some of the viewers might be thinking that, a person's unconscious and, we pour some water down the throat. Would it not be a risk that they might choke? Would you raise them maybe first?
Yes,
slightly?
if you can raise a little bit head with the hand, hopefully with that, inshallah. And secondly, you're not going to obviously pour too much water in there. You're going to just pour a few drops. Hopefully with that throat will be not choking.
It makes it more clearer that few drops that you'll put, not sips, because there's a risk of...
Because obviously when the person is unconscious, his mouth is really tight as well. And you're obviously going to try to open it and put a little bit drops in there.
Something a little bit from the first aid sort of side, I would have mentioned that firstly, when the person is unconscious, you'd check that they are breathing. And they are breathing, and their tongue, the airway being clear is very is necessary. So if for any reason the person who's unconscious is not breathing, then you need to clear the airway, and it's a simple step where you just put the hand on the forehead and raise the neck slightly, and that would actually remove the tongue, because sometimes when somebody falls unconscious, doesn't know how somebody has fallen, and the tongue can actually get together and actually block the airway. So just by doing that small movement, you can actually save somebody's life. So this a little bit of a tip there as well in regards to first aid as well.
Mentioning for the flies, somebody's said that too many flies, if comes, then what happens? Obviously, this is no khwabungi tabir, so we don't know. Obviously, sometime it does happen. Fly comes in the house. But I'll mention one wazifa, inshallah, aftun se pana, meaning any type of difficulties. You read ya wakilu 7 times every day, and inshallah, with that, hopefully, anything problem like flies or these type of issues, it will get clear in the house, inshallah. Second, you mentioned the question, the household person obviously have issues. Allah Almighty grant blessing in your permissible works. Ameen. Finding employment is also a great blessing from Allah Azza wa Jal. There is an amal mentioned in a hadith for the protection of blessings. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, by acting upon this, it will be beneficial. This amal is not only for employments but for the protection of all types of blessings. Hazrat Sayyidina Uqba bin Amir has narrated that the final Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam has said, whoever has been granted a blessing by Allah Azza wa Jal and he wants it to remain with him, he should recite La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah abundantly, inshallah. With that, whatever job you got it, if you're gonna try to get permanent and keep it, just keep reading La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah constantly, inshallah. You will remain safe.
Brother that was wanting to do this course, he requested istikhara. The istikhara has been performed for you regarding the course that you were going to do, which would make you be qualified as a solicitor. So your istikhara has been performed. The istikhara indication is of better. Remember that definite knowledge isn't attained through the means of istikhara, and Allah knows what's best. In regards to this, you can go ahead and do the course. I will give you a spiritual cure in regards to any permissible work that you're going to start and you want success or you want it to complete. Before you start this course, do recite Ya Nafi'u, Ya Nafi'u, Ya Nafi'u 20 times with Durood Sharif before and after, inshallah Azza wa Jal. And then may Allah Azza wa Jal grant you success in this. Ji Adil Bhai.
There's a family, obviously, they're saying that they reaching the age in the stage, and shaitani whisper and shaitani attacks obviously comes in a way. I'll mention inshallah Azza wa Jal. May Allah Azza wa Jal protect you and also all of us from the tricks of shaitan and our egos. Ameen. I will present such a spiritual cure inshallah Azza wa Jal. With its blessing, one will not only be protected from the tricks of shaitan, also shaitan. We will be unable to make him commit any sin. This amal needs to be done after Salatul Fajr. Remember this, Salatul Fajr. After the Salatul Fajr. The blessed Prophet Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam has said, whoever perform Fajr Salah and upon completion recite Surah Ikhlas completely 10 times. Without conversation, meaning without talking, just constantly read 10 times Surah Ikhlas. That day no sin shall reach him and he will be protected from shaitan. So 10 times after Fajr Salah, just sit down. It takes only a few minutes. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, all sin, all shaitani whisper will be gone away.
Viewers of Madani Channel, you are watching program Spiritual Cures, and Alhamdulillah, Adil Bhai has just given us a spiritual cure which is so simple, and I think we can all do it. After you've completed Salatul Fajr, don't speak, just recite Surah Ikhlas 10 times, and this will protect you from Satan and all of his tricks. And it mentions that that person that day will be protected from sinning at all. So if we made a habit of this and did this on a daily basis, then alhamdulillah we will be protected from committing any sins. Subhanallah. Jidib, I've got a few messages which I've just received. I'd just like to mention. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you please repeat the wazifa to get rid of rats and mice? So if you can mention, I'll just do the rest of the message, then if you can mention at the end, please. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My grandson Muhammad Sufyan is not well. Mother's name is inshallah we'll do the istikhara for your grandson Sufyan, inshallah, and then we'll let you know, inshallah. May Allah grant him cure. May Allah remove the illness that he's suffering from and grant him good health, inshallah. We'll do this istikhara for you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you please tell me what to do when a jinn or ghost attacks you? Adil Bhai, that's a good one for you there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I had some problems that I wanted to discuss here in your program, Spiritual Cures, so that I could gain some remedy or solution. I have two issues. Firstly, there is no peace in the home, only tension. And I am also struggling with my business. Can you please give me some wazaif to read for solving these problems of mine? May Allah Azza wa Jal reward you. May Allah Azza wa Jal make things easy for you, fill your home with peace and blessings. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, Adil Bhai will give you some spiritual cure and remedy in regards to this. Jidi Bhai, leave them with you, inshallah Azza wa Jal.
Regarding rats and house protection, they asking again wazifa. I'll mention inshallah Azza wa Jal. If you get clear bowl, clear pot, which is we normally call piala. So if you have a new is better, if no then clear, meaning it should be clean. Just write down Ya Wali, Ya Wali, just only Ya Wali in the middle of the bowl, and just put water inside and mix it. Then rinse the water all four walls of the house. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, with that your house will be protected from any type of difficulties, any type of problems. Second, I said somebody's had a stroke issues, and they are ill. May Allah cure them. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant him cure through His mercy. Ameen. Firstly, I will present a spiritual cure for this. Write Surah Zilzal, chapter 30 on a steel plate and get the patient to wash and drink it. Secondly, write Surah Zilzal, chapter 30 on a steel plate and get the patient to gaze at it. Inshallah Azza wa Jal will gain health. Meaning write it down and give to them to obviously watch it. They're going to read it. In this way, inshallah Azza wa Jal, they will get cure.
You mentioned steel plate, Adil Bhai. You mentioned yeah?
steel plate. You can get it. I think so. There is plenty of stores which is you can.
There was
get
a time when steel utensils were very common, but now they are quite scarce. I remember when we were little, there was many steel utensils. I think no household would be empty of steel sets. But nowadays they are scarce. But they are still available. You can.
Yes.
You might have to dig a little deeper than what you had to do before, but they are available. Just the istikhara request, which was for your grandson Sufyan. May Allah grant him cure and good health. The istikhara has been performed. There's no evil eye. Nobody's done anything. Nothing to worry about. It is an indication of illness in the istikhara. I will mention a spiritual cure for you to act upon. If you recite Ya Salamu, Ya Salamu, Ya Salamu 33 times with Durood Sharif before and after, perform dam upon your grandson and also perform dam upon some water. And give this dam water that you've spiritualized to drink to your grandson as well. And also by performing dam upon him, inshallah, he will gain cure. You can do this several times throughout the day. There's no limit to this. You can, from time to time, you can do this. Do recite Durood Sharif before and after that you recite the litany of Ya Salamu, and then also perform dam upon your grandchild as well. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant him good health soon.
Yes, the person mentioned, obviously they don't have a peace in the house and too many problems. May Allah Azza wa Jal make things easy for you and fill your home with the peace and blessings. Ameen. Act upon the following spiritual cure, inshallah Azza wa Jal, you will gain it blessings. Write Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim 35 times. Durood Sharif 1 times before and after on a piece of a paper and hang it in your home. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, Shaitan will not pass and blessings will be achieved. And if also hung in the shop, inshallah Azza wa Jal, blessing will be flourish. Inshallah Azza wa Jal. Regarding jinn, somebody's mentioned that if somebody is affected with the jinn or happens something, first of all, may Allah protect you from any type of difficulties, calamities or jinnats. Whenever you get out from the house, read Ayatul Kursi and dua after when you get out from the house. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, you will be protected. Second, I'll mention the one wazifa, which is you can do it. I'll write or have a written 69 times La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. You don't need to put any i'rab on them, and just write it down on the piece of paper 69 times. La ilaha illallah on a piece of paper. Frame it and hang it inside the home or a shop. etc. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, jinn will not come to that place, and if they are already present, they will flow. They will run away from that place. Inshallah Azza wa Jal.
Ji Adil Bhai, if I can just mention a few more messages. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can I request a spiritual cure for someone suffering with facial palsy? He also finds it difficult to speak. Lakwa, Adil Bhai. I thought I'll just make it clear so that you know. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. An elderly neighbor who suffers from some mental disorder as well as forgetfulness. He seems to have gone missing. Can you please make dua for him? and also give us some wazifa or dua, so that with its blessings the elderly neighbor returns home safely. May Allah Azza wa Jal make it easy on the family and a matter of goodness for them. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, Adil Bhai will present a ruhani ilaj, a spiritual cure in regards to this, inshallah Azza wa Jal. Ji Adil Bhai, I'll just check if there's any more messages, but I'll let you give the replies for the previous ones. I've just
Allah back, inshallah Azza wa Jal. First of all, may Allah Azza wa Jal grant him complete cure. Ameen. I am presenting you with a spiritual cure. Write La ilaha illallah 11 times on a new plate and drink it. Inshallah Azza wa Jal will be cured from facial pulse by doing this amal daily. One will gain it benefits, inshallah Azza wa Jal. If you daily write it down and put in the plate and obviously use it, hopefully with that, inshallah Azza wa Jal, whatever facial difficulties you are facing at the moment will get cured. Regarding laqwa, as you mentioned, inshallah Azza wa Jal, may Allah Azza wa Jal make it easy and a matter of a goodness for them. The household should act upon the following amal. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, it will prove to be beneficial and he will return soon. Inshallah Azza wa Jal. After Salatul Isha, or recite Surah Wad-Duha with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim 41 times. Stand and recite the azan in two corners of the room and takbir in two corners, then make dua. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, he will return with a week. Just try to, four corners obviously mention it, try to start it from the right hand. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, it'll be easier for you. I just, when I mentioned it, I was thinking that they're gonna maybe ask the question which concept.
I was thinking of asking you, and I thought maybe it might be a trick question for you. But yes, it came to my mind that maybe the viewers of Madani Channel will be thinking, okay, so you mentioned azan in two corners and takbir in two corners. So which two corners shall we recite the azan and which two corners shall we recite the takbir? So mashallah, you beautifully put it that start with the right corner and then go clockwise.
Yes.
And
with that,
inshallah, that way you'll get to the fourth corner.
Inshallah.
Does it matter that the azan is done? So because it mentions azan in two and
corners.
Then so azan in the first two and then takbir in the
clockwise is going to be inshallah completed. So
okay, just like to add another couple of questions. We are coming to the end of the program as well. So I'll just mention a few more questions that we've received. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My father has a problem with his eyes and his eyesight is also becoming weak. Please make dua for him. And if there is any spiritual cure, can you please give us that too? May Allah Azza wa Jal grant your father cure and also enlighten your father's eyes for the sake of the blessed light, the blessed noor of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I was wondering, can evil eye also affect the elderly? Please advise. And if so, what should be done? Absolutely. Whether somebody is a child, whether it's youth, whether it's mid-aged or elderly, nobody is secure, nobody is safe from being affected with evil eye. But what you need to do is remove that evil eye, do the amal of removal of evil eye. Inshallah we'll leave that for Adil Bhai, inshallah, who will give us something for you, inshallah. So if you put that into practice, inshallah, it will also remove and also protect you from further evil eye, inshallah. Just one last question, Adil Bhai. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My mother has been affected with ulcers in her mouth. We have tried many types of medication, but they don't seem to work. Can you please recommend some wazifa for this? Yani chale par jate muh mein na, ulcers. So ulcers in the mouth. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant your mother complete cure from this problem or illness. I know you've mentioned that you've tried several medications and it hasn't seemed to work, but inshallah Adil Bhai will give us something, inshallah. Put this into practice. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant your mother complete cure from this illness.
First of all, the father has a problem with the eyesight. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant your father cure, Ameen, and also enlighten your father's eyes for the sake of the blessed Noor of our Holy Prophet Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam. Ameen. Can you ask your father to act upon the following wazifa after the 5 daily salah? Recite Ya Nuru, Ya Nuru, Ya Nuru 11 times and blow upon the fingertips. Blow on the fingertips and then rub on the eyes. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, with that eyesight will be get better, inshallah Azza wa Jal. Yes, nazar, older people or any child or any person can be affected with the evil eye. Yes, absolutely. Where the child, youth or elder, all can be affected by the evil eye. So I'll mention, inshallah Azza wa Jal, the evil eye methods. I will mention one here. If someone is affected by evil eye, recite La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah 60 times and perform them upon the affected person. Inshallah, with that, evil eye will be removed. Last one I said, because we've got really short time, inshallah. May Allah grant a cure to your mother. Ameen. Recite Surah Fatiha 3 times, perform them upon water and give to drink, inshallah. This will prove to be beneficial and the mouth ulcer etc will be also finished, inshallah. Try to get contact with the nearest basta as well, stall, get tawizat as well, inshallah.
Surah Fatiha 3 times,
3 times.
Before and after perform them and they drink
on the water and they're gonna drink it.
Drink, inshallah. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala khatamin nabiyyin. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, those people who've sent in their requests for spiritual cures, whether they were suffering from any types of illness like dementia, somebody was suffering from headache, from facial palsy, somebody had stroke, somebody's grandson was unwell. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, grant them all complete cure from these illnesses, these difficulties that they're facing. The brother who was mentioning about a course, may Allah Azza wa Jal grant him success in this course. Allah Azza wa Jal grant cure to those who are ill, those who are facing problems, going through trials and tribulations, make them come to an end, grant them steadfastness upon the test that we are going through, and grant us all death with Iman in the beautiful city of Medina. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, for the sake of your beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, accept all our du'as, what we've asked for and what we haven't asked for, and it's in our favor due to your Wali Allah Hazrat Rahmatullah Ta'ala, due to their sake. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, remove all the illnesses, the problems, the worries of the viewers of Madani Channel. Accept all our du'as. Ameen bijahi Nabil Ameen Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam. That does bring us to the end of our program. Do join us, same time, same place, only on Madani Channel. Sallu ala al-Habib
Sallallahu ala Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
May Allah heal you from whatever pain you are suffering from. May Allah heal you from whatever pain you are suffering from.